Yo, what's good? Welcome to Movie Talk. If you're hearing my voice, that means you've seen this podcast somewhere, seen the name of the title, and said, what the fuck is Movie Talk? Let me see what the fuck this nigga's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Movie Talk. I'm your host, Rick. I've been wanting to do this podcast for a while, man. I actually, believe it or not, this is probably like my fucking 20th take on coming in on the podcast. I was like, I don't know. It's just being mad weird trying to figure out how should I intro the podcast? How should I intro the podcast? And I would talk for 15 minutes. The last one, I was just talking for 9 minutes. And then I said, nah. Now here I am again. 45 minutes in. We rolling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to be perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Rick. If you want to follow me, let me give you my information right quick before I tell you, who I am. My name is Rick. You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram, Rick_BHR. All that will be in the description. All my information will be in the description. I'm gonna probably say that at the top of every episode, just because new listeners, they want to know who your boy is. Follow me. You can see I'm a cool nigga. I ain't no weirdo. And this is Movie Talk. I've been wanting to do this podcast for the longest. I like movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New York, LI, Long Island. And I've always liked movies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always liked movies. And now in 2019, going into 2020, the ill shit is whatever you think in your mind, you can, it's always been whatever you think in your mind you can do. But I'm like, yo, I like movies. Ever since I was a kid, I like movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I remember every single time I went to the movie theaters, but most times I went, I remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, when a movie come on TV, that's what sparked it. Like, let's say if an old joint come on, like fucking Hoop Dreams or some shit. Hoop Dreams could come on TV, and I could tell you exactly what movie theater I was at when I seen that movie. Me and my cousin Isaiah, you know what I'm saying? Judge Dredd and Mortal Kombat and, older shit like that you go to when you're 8 and 7 and 9 years old. Like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And ever since, man, I just love movies, yo. And it could be a low budget movie. It could be whatever. Because believe it or not, it's some low budget movies that I'm going to be talking about. It's some low budget movies. The camera, trash. The acting, trash. But the story, fire. Real shit. It's some low budget movies out there that's fire. And we'll get to that. You know what I'm saying? This is not this movie talk shit. This is just me coming on here and sharing movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build a community to where as we share movies with each other. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, hopefully you can listen to this and I'm talking about whatever movie you haven't seen it. You go out and check the movie. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a movie this is not I'm going to the movies every Friday and I'm watching all the movies so I could come on my podcast and give you the rundown on all the new movies and I'm a crazy movie critic. No, I'm Rick from Long Island. I like sneakers. I like movies. I like I got hobbies, man. You know what I'm saying? So I like to watch movies. You dig? So I'm like, yo, I'm going to come on here and talk about movies. I might come on here and talk about a movie from I might come on here and talk about Colors. That shit came out like 91. You know what I mean? So it's not that type of podcast to where it's like, yo, oh, you're going to do all the new blockbuster smash movies. Nah, I'm just coming on here and literally talking about movies that I watched, that I've seen and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be all type of movies, hood movies, comedies, fucking whatever, man. Whatever I decide to come down here and talk about, we're going to talk. Now, if I take my wife out, we go to the movies and see some shit, I may come back and, of course, I'm going to come back and talk to her because I don't go to the movies unless it's a movie that I want to see. You know what I'm saying? So I actually like going to the movies. I enjoy the movies. So, yeah. I've been thinking about this podcast for a while, man. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, I've always been into movies, I used to wake up when I was younger, teenager shit. I used to wake up and before I hit the streets and shit, I used to go on pay-per-view, see something I like, order it. If it was something that I want to see on there, I'd order the movie just so I could have it. Because remember, I think you used to could have it for like a day or 2 days or something like that when you order the pay-per-view, right? So I used to do that. And then I would leave for the day. Then when I come back home, on my way home, I'll get a bag of weed, get a bag or two of weed, Black and Mild, and I'll go home and I'll watch the movie. I used to do that every fucking day. Like, ran the cable bill up to the point where it's like my mom, my grandmother, my mom, she turned the fucking cable off on my ass. Like, my nigga, nah, fuck that. Like, I've went times without cable a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Because I used to just run the bill up ordering movies. And so I've always been into movies. I'm an 80s baby. Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. Like, come on, yo, let's talk about it. Like, my 80s babies that come across this shit, y'all know it's nothing like going to Blockbuster. You would go, Blockbuster used to be the shit, man. And you 90s niggas, man, like you 2000s, and yo, y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know, yo. Y'all don't know the joy of going to Blockbuster, because first and foremost, it's no calling Blockbuster and saying, yo, can you hold this new movie, right? Because, see, back when I was coming up, it ain't like now. Now I could go to I cannot see a movie. And a fucking few weeks later, that motherfucker's on demand. Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever, it's there. Like, this shit coming out soon. Like, it's a couple of months after. You know what I mean? This shit seems like a week after. That's how fast it be going by. But shit, if I'm not mistaken, back in the days, that shit used to be like 7, 8, 9 months. Damn near a year before that motherfucker hit VHS. So it wasn't like you could call Blockbuster. At least I never called Blockbuster and said, yo, hold this movie. You know what I mean? I have called Blockbuster and said, is this in? And they say, yeah. Then you got to get your ass down to Blockbuster and fucking grab the movie before somebody come. Because with the brand new movies at Blockbuster, you only had a 2-day release, 2-day rental on the new shit. It was a 2-day rental. And I think the older shits that's been there or whatever, I think it's like a week, 5 days or a week or whatever. So you could call Blockbuster, and I've done that a couple times. Hey, is such and such in? Yeah, get there, shit going. Because it's literally, and it would only be like a limited amount of the shit. It ain't like, yo, fucking, you know, Boys in the Hood just came to Blockbuster and you go there and they got 5,000 Boys in the Hoods. Nah, they be having couple of them shits. You know what I'm saying? So the joy of, oh, I really want to see this movie. Get in the Blockbuster and you see it there sitting on the shelf and it's the last one, you be ready to do 10 backflips in a fucking down the aisle. You be so happy. Then the ill shit about Blockbuster, you used to walk around Blockbuster, you go there, grab your shit, walk around, then you see some other shit like, oh shit, they got this, oh I ain't see this, like shit just pop out at you. You know what I mean? Like, that shit used to be lit, man. Like, y'all, man, they making everything too, you know, everything is just different now, man. They're taking the joy out of a lot of shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Closing Toys R Us and, you know, all type of shit they be doing and shit. Like, they're just taking the joy out of a lot of shit, man. You know? But, so, you know, that was my movie shit, man. And believe it or not, I still buy DVDs. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you niggas something first before we get into the DVD shit and why I do that. Like, growing up, I always wanted a theater. Like, I always wanted my own theater. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really a movie head. Like, I always wanted my own theater. So I was like, yo, you know what? When I get my own spot, I'm getting a theater. You know what I'm saying? So when me and my wife, we had a little apartment and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when we moved from there to our townhouse, I was like, yo, I want a basement. We got to get a spot with a basement so I can make it into a movie theater. You know what I mean? So the first spot we moved to, it didn't have a fucking basement. You know what I'm saying? It was the ensuite, which was when you walk in, you know, living room. Then the second floor was the bedrooms. Then the third floor was the the ensuite, which was the whole floor was room. You know what I mean? So that shit didn't have a basement. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I like the ensuite because when you walk up, it's like almost it felt like a penthouse type shit. Like it's a big ass fucking room, like you know what I mean? Big ass room, big ass closet, bathroom, all that on the third floor, like you know. And then the second floor was the bedrooms, closet, bathroom. First floor, kitchen, living room. You know what I mean? Bathroom and shit. Shit was nice, but I was like, fuck it. I sacrificed the basement because we got the ensuite or whatever the case, right? But mind you, I already had in my mind that I want the basement and I'm putting a movie theater screen in the basement. Like, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm still getting my movie theater screen. We're gonna put that shit in the living room. And that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass. I come to the crib, nigga, 100-inch movie theater screen in my fucking living room. No, that's what we watch TV on. Like full HD, no blurry, no, like top, you know what I'm saying? Quality, full HD, clear ass image, crystal clear, all that. Like that's like motherfuckers be like, what the fuck? Because that you don't see that. You don't walk into somebody's living room and they got 100-inch fucking movie theater screen in their living room. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't happen. So whatever. No, I'm not rich. I work just like y'all listening to this. You know what I'm saying? But when you want shit, you get shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So in no way, shape, or form am I trying to sit here and sound like I'm rich or come off like I'm rich. I got a wife, I got 3 kids, and me and my wife work. And we bust our ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get rich. So hopefully you can subscribe to this podcast, tell a friend to tell a friend so I can get some ads, and these movie people will come holler at me because they want an ill nigga point of view on some movies. That's what we trying to do over here. You understand me? So anyway, then the next spot we moved to had a basement, you know what I'm saying? And I got it right. Had the lights going around that shit and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then we ended up moving again to the spot that I'm in now. And this joint is even better because I got this, I call this my man cave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call this my man cave. I got, got a foosball table. I got, I got the fucking, I got my son, he got his little basketball court down here, and then I got the bigger basketball court for me. The shit like how if you go to Chuck E. Cheese and shit, got the basketball shit, I could do that, keep scoring that shit. My son got her little pinball machine down here. We got an air hockey table over there, which I'm trying to do something with now. It's like my kids had it for a couple of years, so it's one of the smaller ones. So I really the goal is to get the full size air hockey table, the real deal joint down. So I'm looking into that, and my wife loves fucking foosball. So we out fucking Christmas shopping. We out Christmas shopping last year, and she's like, we getting the kids shit, going through their list or whatever. She sees the foosball table, she grabs the foosball table. So, you know what I mean? Now we got the foosball table and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I call my man cave, because this is my spot. So when you hear me talking, this is what I'm talking to you in, my man cave. You know what I mean? I still got to get some more. I'm on Instagram. I see a lot of artists that do like dope pictures and shit like that. So the goal this winter is to like really put mad dope artwork down here and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got Black Panther joint, you know what I mean? I got my sneakers on the wall. I got my DVD shelf up on the wall. And, this shit lit, though. Don't get me wrong. If you follow me on my Instagram, Rick_BHR, I got a picture of it. You could go in there and see. You know what I mean? That way, when you hear me talking, you're like, oh, this nigga down there. This is where I'm at, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I buy DVDs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing. Like, and I don't buy DVDs. I buy DVDs because I want to, and I buy DVDs because I want to always have a real copy of it. Like we're too fucking dependent on the internet and our phones and all this shit. Like, certain shit I want to keep the essence of. You know what I mean? So it's like I told my wife, I was looking at my phone and shit. I'm like, yo, we got mad fucking pictures. I got mad pictures in my phone, but they're not developed. Like, I got nice, cute pictures. I got pictures of my sons and my daughters, my wife. I got mad pictures. But I'm like, yo, if anything happened, the internet goes down, all these pictures is done. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, you know what I'm going to do? I'm about to print all the pictures that I want out. I'm going to send them off, and I'm going to get a photo book, and I'm going to put them in the photo book. That way, when the kids get older and all that shit, and they come back to the crib and they chilling or whatever, they could go in the photo book. Oh, shit, I remember when we went to Disney World or whatever, because I got the pictures right there on the coffee table. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to have mad photo book because I'm about to develop all these pictures, you know, because we're too reliant on the internet. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking come home when my daughters get grown and they're coming into their own and off to college and shit. I don't want them to come back home and like, hey, come over here on the couch, man. Let's look through these pictures on my phone. Like, nah, like I want to have the book there because, like I said, when I go to my mom's house, every single time I go to my mom's house, I look at the fucking photo book. Mind you, I've been seeing this fucking photo book since I was a kid. But every single time I go back home, I look through the photo book and I look at the pictures. You know what I mean? So that's why I buy DVDs. I like to collect DVDs. You know what I'm saying? When my wife come home, I think I gotta run out. I'm supposed to get this link on my watch put on because I took a link off my watch and shit, and now I want to put it back on, but I don't know. But if I go out and I was supposed to stop at Walmart, I'm debating. I'm gonna look through the DVDs because when I go to Walmart, I you know how Walmart do. They give you 3 classics on the joint, Boys the Men, 3 Ice Cube collection, Denzel collection. I mean, I be snatching all them joints up, and I want to share. I want people to do that too. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk movies, man. This is the movie talk. When y'all go to Walmart, when you go to Walmart and shit, like right now, if you somebody listen to this after you done listen to this, you go to Walmart, yo, go through the movie section, man. And if you see a movie that you like, yo, just get that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't buy DVDs because I don't got cable. You know what I mean? Like, I got Chromecast, I got Netflix, I got cable. My cable bill is high. I got every fucking channel you could possibly get on the cable. Every single channel. I got Fire Stick. You understand what I'm saying? And I got and I still buy DVDs because I want to, not because I buy DVDs because that's how I watch TV. No, I buy DVDs. I got DVDs that's still in the wrapper. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to I can just go on demand and watch this movie. I don't have to put the DVD on. It's still in the wrapper, but I want the DVD. Like, I want it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. When I go to the mall, and you know, some malls still got the FYE, I grab a DVD. I go through there. I grab DVDs. You know what I mean? Like, do that, man. Trust me. Once you start, you're going to be like, nah, I'm copping DVDs, yo. You know what I mean? Do that. My niggas, like, whoever's listening to this shit, man, grab some DVDs. Don't think like, oh, well, it's just all on our phones. Yeah, but it's also nothing like actually having the DVD. Because when your kids get older and shit, and this shit is really, 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 really extinct, you can be like, yo, look, here, watch these movies. It's not like it's going to be no fucking crazy quality. You know what I mean? Like, the quality that you see now on TV is going to be the same quality from fucking in 15 years from now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the regular eye, you can't really tell the difference from these TVs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Like, you can't. You can't. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need to even get into it. At least I can't anyway. My shit crystal clear. Like, I got a 70-inch. I got a 50-inch on my wall in my room. Nice 50-inch. That's the baby. Like, that's the baby. We had that TV, me and my wife. That was like our first. We started off when we was living with my wife's parents. We had the 42-inch joint. This was years ago. We was like, yeah. Had the 42-inch joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then we got our spot. We grabbed the 50. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? No, we had a 32-inch. It was a 32-inch because I remember we ended up giving it to the kids for their room, my 2 daughters. Like, yeah. We got the 50. You know what I'm saying? Then we had a 55-inch. And I was like, yo, let's go. Let's grab it. Let's grab something else, man. So now we got the 70-inch in the living room. You know what I'm saying? And that's right. We don't need to go more than that. Good 70-inch HD, all that. it do the job. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I be coming downstairs and I be looking at my DVD shelf because I got a DVD shelf and it's hanging on the wall, man. I wish like this was an alt visual, man. And in due time, I do got a camera. I got a nice Canon down here, but I was thinking about upgrading that my this camera. I was actually thinking about selling this camera and then taking that money and adding some money to get another camera. That's why I haven't been really fucking with the camera because I don't want to learn it or start using it and then switch cameras. Like I'd rather start off with whatever camera I'm gonna start off with. So that's why I haven't, but eventually we'll get to the video. Even if I gotta shoot it on my phone, we'll get to the videos. But I'm just looking at my setup and I got the 100-inch on the wall. Right next to it, I got the my DVD shelf. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shit look kind of lit, man. I ain't gonna front. Look kind of lit, man. I always wanted a theater. I always wanted my own theater, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's nothing like having a theater. So, and with that being said, hold on 1 second, and we're gonna come right back. We back. Pardon me. Welcome back to Movie Talk. I just took it was actually a couple hours. I done went upstairs. I done fucking ate dinner. I just did mad shit. Took my son a bath, all type of shit. While I was talking about my theater, talking about how I always wanted a theater, my wife had came home and I could hear her at the door because I'm downstairs. So I got the door shut. I could hear her at the door and I didn't want my son to bust in. So I tried to like kind of let them go upstairs and then I was going to finish, talking, but I could hear them. So I was like, you know what, let me just stop it. But I'm back. But yeah, so I was talking about theaters. I always wanted a theater and I got, a lot of ideas on what more I want to do and shit like that. Like I was saying, I got the theater joint set up and, I'm going to put my lights. I got classic pair of Reebok rafters hanging on the wall. Dead stock from 95. I got them hanging up on a little shelf. And then next to the theater, lined up on the wall, I got my systems, the PS4, Xbox One, got a Switch, got the PlayStation joint, got a Super NES Classic joint. I got a Superboy, which, real sidebar here. I know this ain't got nothing to do with movies, but I'm just explaining to you my surroundings and why I like movies so much. And, it all coincide, but being that I'm looking at my Superboy right now, I had the Superboy, and if you don't know what a Superboy is, look it up. It's basically like a handheld Game Boy that plays Super Nintendo games. Get it? That's why it's called a Superboy. Like you got a Game Boy and you got a Superboy. Superboy plays the Super Nintendo. So I got the Superboy. I drove like fucking an hour to the game spot that used to be in this town, but they moved. So now they like an hour away. I drove an hour to go get NBA Jam, fucking Live 96, Live 98, I think maybe, and something else. And then we went to my wife's parents' house because everybody was over there and shit. So I ended up going to the court and shit, and I left my game. And somehow my fucking Superboy got broke, yo. So now when I turn it on, it's just a blue screen. And it's crazy because, like, I wanted to bring the shit on fucking vacation and shit. And, I probably I don't know. I'm tight. But anyway. So, yeah. So, that's my thing. This is my man cave / this is my basement, of course, but I call it the man cave because, it's the man cave, man. You dig? So, yeah, man. And like I said, I always wanted a movie theater, man. I always wanted my own theater. Like, I got to have a theater. Like, it's just comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched The Wire. I'm really a movie head and a TV show head, too. I might come on here and talk about some good shows and shit because I watch a lot of TV, too, and shit. Like, You know what I mean? And don't trust me, I have a wife and 3 kids. It's not like I just sit on my ass, and I work a full-time job. I don't just sit on my ass all day with nothing to do, no responsibilities and nothing. No. Trust me, it ain't that. I just watch TV. And when I watch shit, I just watch shit. You know what I'm saying? So um every couple of months I watch The Wire. It's that good to me that every couple of months I'll rewatch the series. Like I got The Wire collection, I got Oz, I got mad shit. But anyway, first movie I'm gonna talk about, Friday. Now, the reason why I'm gonna talk about Friday first, because I feel like everybody has seen or heard something about Friday. You know what I mean? Plus, it's one of my favorite movies. So let's start the first episode of Movie Talk talking about a classic that probably 90% of whoever might come across this has seen. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, hopefully we can share and, put me on, man. Hit me up in my email. All my information is always going to be in the description. So feel free to hit me up. Yo, check this joint out. And if I seen it, that'll be the next joint I talk about, and just talk about the movie on the next episode. Even if you know what I mean, like, so if you hit me up and was like and be like, yo, talk about fucking Forrest Gump. All right, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. I talk about Forrest Gump and what I think about it, what I like, didn't like, whatever. So hit me up. Let's get this communication going. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's build. Let's build together. But like I was saying, Friday is one of the movies, man. Like, and to be honest, there's probably hasn't been a Friday since Friday. You know what I mean? There probably hasn't been a Friday since Friday. Like, they don't even make movies like Friday no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some reason, it's like, yo, where is the good urban joints? Like, in the 90s, like, I'm an 80s baby. So, like, yo, coming up when I was younger, like, regardless on what, like, gangster movies, urban movies, like, yo, come on, man. It was, you could just go by the year. You know what I mean? Like, it was at least 2, 3, maybe 4 movies a year coming out, like, all, like, just hard movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't do that no more. Like, it'd be far in between. You know what I mean? Movies. It'd be far in between. Like, you might come out with something a little urban, then it'd be like a fucking year or something. Like, it's just mad action movies and shit nowadays. You know what I mean? But back in the days, they was dropping bombs. Juice, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, fucking, I'm just talking on some urban shit. Juice, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Friday, New Jersey Drive, First Time Felon, fucking Above the Rim, Colors, New Jack City, Sugar Hill, you had the Carlito Ways, the fucking, they ain't urban, but those type movies, Godfathers and the Casinos and all that shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of movies. Just go by year, man. Type out movies that came out in 95, 96, 97, 98, 92s, 3s, 4s, 5. That 90s, man, put it this way, that 90s decade was crazy for movies. You know what I mean? Then shit just started changing and slowing up and shit, man. But Friday is one of them ones, man. Like, it birthed a lot of stars from there. You know what I mean? And it was like a fucking it's like a classic, timeless movie, man. And that's hard to be. Like, Friday came out in what? I'm looking at my DVD case right now, because I'm like, let me just go over there and get the movie to see when matter of fact, I got my phone in my hand right now. I'm bugging. I'll tell you exactly what year it came out. I think it came out in 95. I was gonna go get the fucking DVD from my case over there, but I know that once I go over there, I'm not gonna find it. And then it's just gonna be like, no space. I mean, 95. It's gonna be dead air on the fucking podcast or whatever. So, all right, it came out April 26, 1995, right? classic fucking movie, man. And what I like about Friday, what I like about Friday is like I'm from New York. You know what I'm saying? So I like to I like movies about places to take me to that place or at least make me feel like I'm at that place. You know what I mean? Like Friday was a LA ass fucking movie and it just gave you a feel of the hood, man, like a day in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like it just gave you that feel, man. And it's like it was well written. It wasn't no over the top budget. You know, and that goes to show you too, like, yo, you don't need no fucking crazy budget no more. You know what I mean? You don't. Like nowadays, niggas is not unless you are like you take music for example, unless you a big superstar artist, niggas ain't doing no $1 million videos and shit like that no more, man. Niggas is doing $3,000-$4,000 movies, man. $10,000-$15,000 movies type shit. Like if you a big artist, like you know what I'm saying? Like niggas got cameramen. It's niggas in the hood that's going to Walmart or wherever they getting these drones from and just getting nice with the drones and doing fucking dope work for $300, $400, $500, $600. Like you know what I mean? But you take a movie like Friday, it's like a good ass fucking dinner, man. It's like you got all the right ingredients to make a crazy ass soul food plate. You know what I mean? And another thing what I like is like it wasn't too extra. And we'll get into what I mean by that because like to me now, all right, let's stay on Friday for a second before I speak on the other two, but let's stay on Friday. Like Chris Tucker, that opening scene when fucking when Big Worm pulled up, like yo, had to join on the lap and shit. Like Chris Tucker is like it's always a funny nigga in the hood. Like he gonna try and talk his way out of some shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he might not like he don't even want no problems. Like he just want to chill. Like that shit is like the perfect hood movie because it's not doing too much and it's realistic. Like that can happen. That day that they had that day can fucking happen in the hood. The exact way it happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit can happen, yo, and that's what make it ill because it wasn't no extra like this should have never happened. Like, you know what I mean? This made me feel like, yo, this is a movie, man. And Chris Tucker, he's funny as shit. He funny as shit. Come on, Worm. Nigga, I steal from my mama. Like, how you telling me? Yo, how you tell a nigga, yo, I steal from my, what? Smoking your shit? Nigga, I steal from my mama before I take your shit. How you tell a nigga that, yo? You know what I mean? Like, yo, this nigga dead ass said, yo, I steal from my mama. That's craziness. You know what I mean? Like that movie, if that wasn't Chris Tucker, I don't know how that movie would have came across. You know what I'm saying? Because the actor brings the lines out. You know, even like if some of that shit or most of that shit, even if he improv, whatever he improved or whatever the case, like, yo, that shit was just fucking genius, yo. You know what I mean? It makes you think like could another actor deliver those lines like Chris Tucker did? You know what I mean? And it was the perfect balance of jokes and seriousness with Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Like Chris Tucker, he's the funny friend. Ice Cube is the cool, laid back friend. You know what I'm saying? Who's serious, but he can say his little shit, his witty. He's witty, but he's serious too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was the perfect fucking relationship. That shit was the perfect collaboration between them two. Chris Tucker's like the nigga, like when they were slapboxing and shit, Chris Tucker was slapboxing and shit, and then Cube hit him in the fucking ribs and shit, like, cause you know, if it go down, Cube is that friend, like, nigga, I'm gonna hold this shit down, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though Chris Tucker gonna hold it down too, but Cube is more of a serious, like, nah, fuck that. Like, you know what I mean? You could tell that was the dynamics of the relationship. You know what I mean? That's why when it was time to strap up, that nigga Cube went and got that thing. You know what I mean? Then Pops came in there and shit, came in the room like, yo, fuck you doing, nigga? You gotta fight and all that shit. But you see, Cube, he was willing to take it there if it had to go there. You know what I mean? Now, think about the shootout scene even Chris Tucker, he threw the gun to Chris Tucker. Like, yeah, Chris Tucker, he's laughing and he's a funny nigga and shit. But when it got down to it, he did what he needed to do. You know what I mean? He let it go, right? That's like hood shit. That's hood shit, and it's funny. Like everything, that movie's funny as shit. Debo. Like bully, Debo is a bully in the hood. It's always that one nigga in the hood that think he could beat everybody, that think everybody's scared of him. You know what I'm saying? It's always that one nigga. It's always that one fiend who's cool. Niggas always credit him. And, you know, it's always, all that shit happens in the fucking hood, man. All that shit. You know what I mean? All that shit. And like I said, this is Friday, so I'm not going to get too in depth on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to give you guys a understanding on what I'm going to do with, you know, with this podcast. But what I would say though, like with next Friday and Friday after next, like I'll watch them for the sake of watching them, but I'm not a big fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, because to me, it should have kept it a little more authentic. You know what I mean? It was too movie-ish. Like Pinky in the store and all that shit. Like that shit is fun to watch. Like, all right, I'm watching it for the sake of it being a movie. And I'm watching it. All right, it's cool. It has its funny moments and shit. You know what I mean? But Friday was mad realistic, but it was still funny. Like, I feel like they could have made it still realistic. Like, it could have been next Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, a week going by, like, they could have made it to the point of they could have had a day like Debo out looking for them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and them niggas trying to avoid Debo, or, you know, having different altercations with Debo or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have did that as opposed to going too far left. Like, come on, like niggas is like stealing money out the neighbor. The dudes, they had the money in the hydraulic pump, and, you know, Pinky in the store, like, shut up, nigga, shut up, holding them hostage. And it was just like, all right, now it's more of a movie. Like, you know what I mean? And then Friday after next, like, Money Mike and that nigga in the bathroom when he put the fucking pliers on his balls and walked him out the bathroom. They getting chased all around the shit through the people houses by the gang members, and, you know, Holy Moly Donut Shop, and tying the Santa Claus on the roof. And like, it's cool to watch for the sake of watching, but man, part of me felt like they kind of dropped the ball a little bit, because they had it so fucking perfect, man. Like, you got Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next. You know what I mean? Like, they could have even had it set up to the point on some shit like, imagine on next Friday, you know, they did what they did to Debo. You know what I'm saying? Imagine them niggas bump heads again, because they should have made it to where clearly Debo won't want to come back. But like, yo, the way they made him come back, they should have made it realistic. You know what I mean? They should have made that shit fucking realistic, man. Like, more, instead of Debo fucking, like, is Debo really gonna sneak in, let all the dogs out the truck, sneak in the truck, then go all the way to fucking Rancho Cucamonga, hop out, look for like, that's never will happen. You know what I mean? But what if on next Friday they say, okay, they should have made it to the point to where it's like, to me, it could have kind of been funny on some shit like, if Craig and Smokey got locked up. Let's say Craig and Smokey got locked up, and they had to run into Debo in jail type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been something, them avoiding Debo in jail type shit. Or, you know what I mean? Like, or they seen Debo in the hood, and Debo was actively looking for them in the hood, as if like Big Worm was looking for them. And they just had a series of events to whereas they're trying to dodge Debo type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Just make it a little more realistic. You know what I mean? And then it would have been more better, and it would have kept up that value, that, you know, it would have lived up to the first Friday. I just feel they went a little too far with it just like being something that won't happen in real life. You know what I mean? And I don't want to put too much on it because I know it's a movie and it's a comedy. You know what I mean? Even now, it's like they making a new movie, and well, they keep talking about it and shit. But me personally, um, you know, I don't know if they're gonna make it or not. But I hope if they do make it, I hope they go back to the essence of the first Friday and make it something like more something that could happen on the actual Friday. You know what I mean? Like something realistic, not tying Santa Claus on the roof and chasing him all through the house and he stole your Christmas money out the thing and not too wild. Make that shit like something that can happen on a real day. You know what I mean? In the original Friday, everything that happened can actually happen. You know what I mean? On the two Fridays after that, like some of that shit will never happen. Like you're not gonna fucking go these gangster ass fucking neighbors. You're not gonna break into their house and steal their fucking hydraulic pump and then get caught in the room with the sister or however that went and then fight Debo in the backyard while you was tied up in there and like that's just unrealistic. You know what I mean? Um, what else? To me, you know what they should do? Dead ass, they should fucking make they should take Chris Tucker and Ice Cube should do it something for the culture and say, yo, you know what, man? Or Chris Tucker, because I don't know if he's the one holding it up. I don't know, but they should come back and have Chris Tucker and Ice Cube, right? They be the fathers to DC Young Fly and Ice Cube's son and let them carry on the franchise, but carry it on in a more realistic way. You know what I'm saying? Like have them niggas get into their own series of events on a Friday, and you strategically put Chris Tucker and them in there as the OGs. You know what I'm saying? As they old heads, and have them in the movie. They don't necessarily even have to star in the movie, but their sons is into some shit. You know what I mean? But some realistic shit, not fucking we broke into a bank and not like no wild crazy, like a realistic Friday. You know what I mean? Like a realistic thing. And they can fucking, if they do that, to me, in my opinion, hit me up in the email if you fuck with that idea or not. But you can make this series, you can create a whole new Friday franchise with them two. But build the story. You know what I'm saying? It's like pass the torch. Chris Tucker is DC Young Fly father. Ice Cube is his son's father. And you make DC Young Fly and Ice Cube's son have their own Friday and make a realistic series of events that take place that Friday. And just like that, you have another Friday franchise. As opposed to coming back when it's Ice Cube and some other nigga doing a whole bunch of shit that really won't happen. You know what I mean? That's why that first Friday was so crazy, because everybody in that shit was relatable. Everybody was relatable in that movie. Growing up in the hood, you seen every one of those characters in that movie, and that's what made that shit hard. You know what I mean? Now, after that, it's just like, all right, we just going to see next Friday. It's going to be funny, but it's not going to be like the first one. You know what I mean? They could bring the essence back. Real shit. Bring the essence back, man. It's a bunch of dope ass writers, man. It's a bunch of dope content out here, man. Look at The Chi. Like, look at The Chi. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Snowfall. It's some content out here that's hard. You know what I mean? It's a couple of fucking YouTube series that's hard, that got decent writing and shit. Like, yo, you could put a funny, realistic script together, man, and get DC and to do that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And have that shit lit. Like, they should really do that shit, man. I've been talking about this shit for like fucking 4 years of that idea type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Real shit. Because that shit'd be perfect. Because them niggas could really be their sons. Well, Ice Cube's son is really his son. And DC could really be Chris Tucker's son. Yo, my nigga, put the right story behind that shit and you open it up to another 3 Fridays right there. Just off them two. But make it realistic. Don't turn it into some shit that'll never happen. Just make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Just make a dope story, and that can carry on to a couple of movies. It don't have to be so crazy unrealistic. You know what I mean? It don't have to be that. Real shit, man. But, like I said, I'm not going to necessarily go too crazy on Friday. You know what I mean? I just want to talk about it, give you an introduction to who I am, talk about Friday for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and, sign out. But before I go, I just wanted to say, man, if you listening, still listening, fuck with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with me, man. Let's build this thing for real, man. Like, we all like movies, so let's share movies with each other. Shit, man. What's tomorrow? Friday after work. I got some running around to do. I'm trying to get another episode out, official episode out. This weekend, man. It might drop 2, man. Or I might hit my man up, bring him on this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And talk some shit. I don't know. We'll see, man. But I'm definitely gonna, we're gonna come back with another episode. Maybe tomorrow night or something. You'll see it when it's uploaded. Matter of fact, I take that back, because you won't see it when it's uploaded, because I have to wait before this one can go live, because this is the first episode, so you'll just get the episodes. But what I am saying is, I like to do this podcast and shit, man. You know what I mean? So I would appreciate, if you listening to this shit. Like I said, this is just the first episode. I just wanted to, tell you who I am, why I like movies, why I'm doing this podcast and shit like that. But, I'm really trying to make this shit move, man. So I would appreciate if you listen to this and you fuck with it, and you can fuck with the idea. You know what I mean? We starting this shit. If you got suggestions or whatever, hit the email. But I'll appreciate it, man. You got some movies you want me to talk about? Got some movies you want me to talk about and put you on to? We could do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully some of the movies that I picked to talk about, y'all never seen, check them out. That's one thing. I'm not going to come on here and wouldn't refer you to no whack shit. You know what I'm saying? And if I talk about a whack movie, it's just talk about, like, why did they make this movie? You know what I'm saying? Like, those just going to be for that. Like, yo, those might be the little quick hits, like quick hit, whatever movie. Why did they make this shit? Like, and just go in on the movie. But for the most part, all the movies that I'm gonna be talking about is shit that's hard, like, that I like, and I would recommend, and I have recommend. Because any movie that I get, I always recommend it to other people. Nah, yo, check this shit out. Like, when I watch something good, I always recommend it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to create a platform to where I can recommend movies, and people can recommend movies to me. You know what I mean? So all my description will be in the description on each podcast. And yeah, man, like I said, man, I'd appreciate it, man. Like, if you got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, fucking MySpace, man, I don't care what you got. If you fucking with this shit, share my shit, man. Post my shit, talk about my shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, like, listen, man, it don't cost no money to say, nah, yo, check this Movie Talk podcast out. Subscribe, man. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas is at work, driving in the car, whatever, man. Yo, I'm going to have jokes, man. Like, fuck with me. You know what I mean? So, I'm ready to sign out, man. But I just wanted to say that shit. I'd appreciate it, man. If you tell a friend to tell a friend, and, help me build this thing, man. Like I said, this is just an introduction. It's nothing super crazy, but it's an introduction. And, I really want to take it there. So I can't build by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit my email. Send me some movies. You know what I mean? Questions, whatever, man. Like, you want questions about shit or whatever, just email me, whatever. And I'll read it on the podcast if it's a question. You know what I mean? Like, we could do that segment too. Like, you don't necessarily got to say, hey, yo, Rick, watch this movie. But you could say, yo, Rick, what you think about this movie? You know what I'm saying? 8 times out of 10, whatever movie you sending me to talk about, I might have seen it. You know what I mean? But if you got a movie idea and you want to send it and ask me about it, what I think about it, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to reach out to me about, reach out to me about it on my on my email, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, man. All my description, all my info is in the description. So hit me up and let's build, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm interested to see what I can do with this, man. Because like I'm really movie head. Like I'm about to go upstairs, probably. Well, right now I ain't gonna watch the movie right now. I'm probably gonna go up here and watch the season finale of Snowfall. But yeah, man, I'm here, man. Thank y'all for listening. Follow me, Twitter, Instagram, Rick_BHR. All my stuff is in the description. I hope y'all support the podcast and tune in and fuck with me, man. I'm no cornball nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop fucking with all these other cornball niggas, man. You know what? I ain't even gonna say that, man. Just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, man. You'll see I'm a solid nigga. I'm a cool nigga, man. I like to joke, fucking watch movies and shit. Like, so you listening to me is like you'll enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So come through and I'm gonna sign out, man. Once again, it's just the introduction. Talk a little bit about Friday. Who knows? Maybe in the future I'll tap on Friday a little more in depth. I didn't get too in depth because it was like I'm not a critic. I'm just here to talk about movies and funny points and shit like that, man. So once again, thanks for tuning in. I'm signing out. Hit my description for my information. Reach out to me. I'ma always hit back. Movie talk.